Pensions freedoms mean more choice, but are we putting scheme members in a position to succeed? Theory and practice tell us that more choice can often be confusing. Using research findings from experiences in the US and Australia, Vanguard Asset Management's research centre reveals that freedom can deliver very different outcomes to different demographics.
Pension schemes are facing more and more challenges, whether that's changes in policy or that people are living longer. But one company that's really leading the way when it comes to retirement research is Vanguard. The company is one of the largest asset managers in the world and has been researching developments in defined contributions retirement plans for more than a decade in places like Australia and America.
One of the classic problems in pension investment is that we're all focused on the present and struggle with thinking about the future. We know in the national statistics that men save more than women in terms of retirement benefits, retirement wealth. So why is this? Perhaps it's women who aren't saving or investing as aggressively in their DC pension schemes. Turns out that's not true. For a given level of income, women save more and invest equally as well as men do. Turns out that women have lower wages than men. That's a known disparity in the economy. And that's why they have lower retirement accumulation. And employers have to step up and design strong schemes that A, have people contributing a great deal to meet an adequate retirement income goal, and two, that they're well diversified. And those are really the two levers that individuals have today. Now with pension freedoms, there's a third lever, which is about helping the individual make good income choices when they get to retirement.
As a design concept, you've got to think about when people first come into the workplace, what are they looking to do? They've got plenty of time before they reach retirement, so they've got to accumulate, and the sooner they start accumulating, preferably at high levels, then the better off they'll be in retirement. When you then flip that to the other end, you've got people that are coming up to retirement who don't necessarily want to take risks with their money. They want to make sure that actually what they have accumulated remains there for them. So any stock market movements, it's not going to put them at a disadvantage. So you've got to have a completely different kind of fund, a different kind of default fund for those people closer to retirement than you might have for those at the outset of their career. The auto-enrolment legislation has meant a default has to be in place, and we've found over the last few years that about 90-odd, perhaps even more than 95% of people actually stay in that default. So unless as an employer or a trustee you've got that default right, you're actually going to be failing quite a lot of your workforce.
How do you think employers can actually embrace technology to make the whole idea of pensions more engaging for their staff?
Unless we can make it interesting for people to be able to pick up, see the information they want instantly, be able to give them choices, options, nudges, to be able to make good decisions, they're not going to be any more engaged than they have been for the last 20 years, which is pretty much not at all.
I often like to remark that the UK is sort of ground zero for global pension reform. The policy of universal automatic enrollment is bringing into pension schemes individuals who previously have never been covered, or that's true in the US and Canada and here and elsewhere. And it's a great social experiment. And I think for years to come, we're going to be studying the developments both on universal automatic enrollment and on pension freedoms that are occurring here in the UK.
Vanguard has been researching retirement for more than 15 years, and good scheme design will help members make good decisions for their long-term future.